The other way around. Why is it, and this has happened in our community many times, where a Somali young man can marry what we call an ajnabi, right? Somebody that's non-Somali. And when a Somali girl does it, it's like, well, you know, you had plenty. You could have married Kareem. Look at him. He's educated, right? Why? The experience would have been different?
Well, first of all, in respect to that, it's about carrying the family name, right? So if your dad's Somali, you're still gonna have that like Muslim last name. So they don't mind if you are the mom and then you married John Taylor and now it's Sumail Taylor. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's gonna be looked at funny. So here's my thing. I think it's better when the mom is Somali. Because your mom's your teacher, right? So you're always going to have that culture. I know situations where the dad is Somali and then the mom is something else, and a lot of them don't even identify with the Somali culture. They identify with whatever their mother was. When my mom was white, I know me and my cousins, Tom, Dick, and Harry, I don't really know my Somali side. Like, I know a girl who's raising a Somali baby.
Yeah.
The guy left. So she's raising him, and he doesn't know anything about Somali culture. He just knows that he's Somali. He identifies, he's growing up, he's practicing Christianity, because that's, that's the mother.
Yeah.
He does know that his father's a Somali man that is background Muslim, but that's just how it goes.
Right.
So it's, I think, better when the mom's Somali, because there's always that you will forever be within the culture. I think, do they get mad when Somali women marry non-Somali men? Yeah, they always do, especially when they feel like you got one of the good ones, right?
Yeah.
I was just gonna say that what I noticed when I went to Somalia back in 2009, a lot of the women there were like obsessed with like bleaching a lot, to the point that if I went to the market and I was there as a foreigner, they were like, hey, do you want to buy Diana? Apparently Diana is like the thing that you use to bleach your skin.
All over Nigeria.
That's not fact.
Yeah, there you go. So
see, these guys don't know, right? Like, these guys don't know.
I know what Diana is.
You know what I mean? Diana,
you guys have looked at the experience. Like, I had the same thing when I went back home. Like, everyone had rosy cheeks, and they were wondering why I didn't have the same thing. Like, they would compliment me, they would call me beautiful or whatever, and then just what are you gonna do?
So my point was like.
By the way, my aunt sometimes tells me, cabeza, I think, come on, but cabeza doesn't mean like cabeza, like she knows I take showers on a regular. Well, it's scrubby, like wahir modo, you know what I mean? Like I corta wahir, like
exactly.
And I don't know what they want me to do.
Exactly. So I feel like some Somali women, they think that okay, all of our men are married, because first of all, I feel like there's very few men compared to the women in Somali culture. So I feel like they're thinking, hey, we don't want all the Somali guys to marry, outsiders, so like other races. So let me appeal to what they
make that.
Exactly. Yeah. So let me, put something on, let me, whatever it is, like bleaching hair, even they do that in Somalia as well, where they just sit in the sun and their hair, your hair actually changes color in the sun after a while.
Wow.
So so it can become like a blondish or like a dirty blonde color, right?
Yeah.
So people are doing this in Somalia, forget about in this country.
Yeah.
So going back to this girl, I think, to be honest, she's beautiful.
Yeah.
She's probably gonna get all the guys.
Yeah. She's married. She's getting married.
She's married.
And on top of getting married, you know what I mean?
So I don't know what she's. To be honest, I don't know what
exactly.
I don't know what she's talking
about. What about
tanning?
Sorry?
What about tanning?
What?
So, like, those products, right? In Asia, for example.
Yeah.
They literally take a friggin' umbrella.
Yeah.
And go outside, right?
Yeah.
They're already light skinned.
Yeah.
They're white.
Yeah.
Pretty much, right?
Yeah.
Over here in North America, when you tell people how what? When I was in Somalia, people are like, "What's عديني في Somalia?" What happened? Dadku is madow yan. Hada ko dhahala, hada. Koraxis ligaya.
Yeah.
Dash.
Yeah.
What do you mean? They told me. Live. This was the conversation.
Yeah,
and they broke it down simply
they don't
like that.
understand it.
Ha, dadki mesh qoraxda fariisanayaan, way scrolleynayaan. Mugdi iska dhigayaan. Caadi waay. Dad cadaan waay.
Yeah.
Adiga cadaan fara iska dhigta cadaan kan xoraan madow iska dhig. So what is going on here? You know what I'm trying to say?
That's a very good question,
right?
man.
So the thing is, but does being lighter, like you said, right? Is that gonna pay the bills? Really? Is it gonna pay the bills?
Yeah, it does, because you have an opportunity to get a job over someone that might have been dark skinned.
No.
His world is a perfect world.
I don't know. I pay trade too. The market it just sees me as a number. You know what I'm saying? The thing is opportunity. No, if you're creating in this life, if you think being light skinned, being this, being short,
being attractive,
you know what I'm trying to say? It's gonna make me better, right? And this is a problem with everybody, right? So
yeah. Iman, go ahead, explain it to me. Yeah, bring it down.
When I took a class and they talked about statistics of you being a certain height gets you 10% more in salary.
Strong jaw.
Strong jawline, your handshake.
Yeah, and
you know what I mean?
Buffett is the short and fat, and he's the richest guy in the world.
You have to understand over what
one
time.
example.
Well,
Don't take one man and base it on the whole economy. That's your thing. You're taking one person and speaking for everybody.
Okay,
You date trade.
No,
I know you have to understand when you say something, you're speaking about one person compared to everybody's experiences.
No, but
one man's interview about being rich in the 50s when he was a white male.
Yeah.
He wasn't running against minorities. He wasn't running against women. He was running against one class of person. So of course his advantage was a lot better. And that was the 50s.
Yeah.
So let's talk about now where people are more accepting, quote unquote accepting.
Yeah.
There's people changing their names on LinkedIn because they feel like their name is going to keep them from a job.
Okay.
That's a problem.
I do this, right? This is what I own a small business, right? So I use the
You're
name
your
Larry.
own boss, by the way. Can
Yes.
we say that?
Yes.
So you may not deal with a
wake up-
lot of this.
Yes. No, I'll tell you examples, for
Okay.
example, right? So, as a Somali, so أتوقع صارورتي business بفرتي شغلي واحد I don't want to work for somebody ما فهمتي so قاعدة you friggin you're gonna make some cold calls, right? Say your name's whatever you want to say, right? They hear you. They see
You
your
say
black-
Larry, by the way?
Larry, what have I say?
Okay.
I literally show my face.
Okay.
I'm reading out, anybody else on my Gmail account, which is a work Gmail that has my dot, not Gmail, but like
Yeah, your full name, yeah.
full company, the
Yeah.
website domain, right? My photo's on there for a specific reason. You're gonna know right now who's dealing with you.
Right.
You know what I'm trying to say? Now, when I'm creating my own opportunities, of course, if once you start a business and you're Somali and you're black, especially when it's B2B, you're terrified in the beginning. Absi, hadaya. Oh shit, I'm Muslim, black. Am I gonna get sales? Are they gonna shit on me? Are they gonna do this?
You're right.
Then I started getting money. I started making sales. First sale came in, I made more than what I made at my job for the whole month, for example, right?
MashaAllah.
Then I hired an Adan guy. White guys. Hired a couple of I gave jobs to a couple of Somalis. Everyone don't get mad and be like, oh, you're not hiring Somalis. What's going on? Guy made it and fucking, shout on all of us. He's not helping us out.
Okay.
No, that's not the case. Business is war. Business it's like sports, but it's lifelong. You don't stop at, 32, 35. You
Right.
keep going, right?
Right.
So when I wake up in the morning and make these calls and you're getting to that presentation, and you walk in the room, you're wearing your suit, you're putting on the presentation, the person in the room is there. They see the black guy. Now they're wondering, wait a second, this is different. People want to buy different things at the same time. I found being black was actually better when I owned my own small business.
Why?
It was just like a new thing. To the consumer, it felt like, for them, it was everyday guys that were coming in there were white guys. White guy, fat, short, tall, whatever the heck it is. All of a sudden, this handsome guy walks in.
Do people think
with a fresh, in there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Oh, you.
Ready? Talk about myself. Come on. Talk about myself.
I was like, who's the handsome guy?
You know what I'm trying to say? I'm here to solve this problem. All of a sudden, what I find was the owners, when I'm dealing with the owners, not their people that are below them and stuff like this, right? Subordinates.
Yeah.
You're dealing with the owner. And he's also a business owner.
Yeah.
Or he's the CEO.
Yeah.
And you're pitching to him.
Yeah.
He looks at you and he says, holy crap, this guy's against me. That's what I was thinking in my
Yeah.
mind. He's thinking, this guy's against all odds. But no, he's coming in here, he's solving my problems. This guy's not even solving these problems over here. What's going on?
Yeah.
Dub, you made
Do
your
people say that
presentation.
that you sound white, by the way?
On the phone?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
You bet.
And that's what they're thinking.
Yeah.
I had a guy literally. I sent him I sent him the thing. Saw he saw my photo.
Yeah.
Thing. Oh, that's you?
Like you literally
No,
sound like
when it was also, oh yeah, that's you?
Yeah.
I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
Weed him out.
So do you not get offended? Because at my job, right, I spoke to a woman that was in Paris. So I was working with an international client, and then finally she had to come to Toronto. And so I was sitting right in front of her. I know it's her, but I gotta wait until she introduces herself. And she was like, "Hi, is da 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 there?" And then she looked at the white girl and started talking to her, and I was like, "Yeah, right here. Yeah, how's it going?" And her mouth, like her eyes lit up, everything in her mouth. And then finally, when we had a meeting, right, and she was like, where are you from? I can't do a French accent, so I'm just gonna do a British one. Where are you from? She was like, yeah, and she was like, where are you from? I didn't expect, you don't sound the way you look. And I was like, what in the fuck? Like, what? I don't know what to say to that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, right, Kareem, I was gonna ask you before we go ahead. Actually, I'm gonna ask you we're gonna start off with Larry. I just want a 2-second, give her some advice. What are we ending this off with? Let's start with Khatoon. Let's go the other way, actually. Let's switch it up. Khatoon.
All right.
Boom, boom, boom. Let's do it.
honestly, ignore it, the hate. It's gonna continue. That's how the Somali community works. Grow thick skin. And be happy with your life because you have a lot of privilege, like everybody was saying here. You know, just take advantage of everything that comes your way.
Right.
That's it.
Amen?
Yeah, just be happy. The women who talk about you, they're old, they have their own issues. Think about it the other way. If you're half Somali, half Mado, they get it a lot harder. So you consider yourself very lucky. And just, ignore it because either way, they're going to talk about you whether you're okay with it or not.
Yeah. All right. What do you think?
Same thing. Understand the context of like your positionality and what space you occupy in a society and like what privilege you do have and what privilege you might not have.
Right.
And just like work on yourself. Like try to maybe work on how you respond to these women or how you respond to society and just make sure you're happy with what they're saying.
Thank you. What about you, Samantha?
I want to say they don't want you to win. They don't want you to win, so stay away from they. If you saw they, tell them I said hi.
Who's they though? That's the most important question in 2016.
Illuminati, obviously no.
Yeah. Kareem?
Different. I'll go a different way. I would say I would challenge her to, because like Larry was saying, the statement "I hate Somali people" is a harsh statement, and it's a harsh statement to say from purely like you and I think Hudu was saying. Statistically, you haven't met the majority of Somalis, right? So you're watching a show right now where you have intelligent Somali people, right? So you can imagine none of us at the table right here would say those things about you. So I would say, I would challenge to her is just stay away from the people in the community who speak like that. Find intelligent, intelligent people in the Somali communities. Surround yourself with them, and it will uplift your view that you have of the Somali community, right? So I would take it that way.
She speaks Somali. She speaks Somali.
Yeah, she speaks, writes, and reads Somali.
And I had to fit it again. And I had to fit it again. I had to fit it against. And I had to fit it against. So. So. Adiga ninkaada maaragtay guriga markaad joogtid dadkaada nicin, right? Ninkaada hadduu kula shaqaynaynin oo naftaada kula shaqaynaynin oo isjeclaytiin inside the house before banaankaas u baxdayn banaanka dagaal baa ka socda ma fahantin. So dagaalkaas is handled before baa ka baxday. Dhibaatada waxaa weeye markaad dhahdid Soomaalidana waa nacnaa. Right now the stock is very low, Somali stock. Yeah, it's gonna come back up where people are gonna say eventually, I love being Somali, I'm Somali, and we're, you know what I mean? But the thing is I'm like, dadkaada nicin, dadkii isnacay, dad badan baa isnacay. Dadkeena, ma fahanday, way isnaceen. So they're gonna bring you down. Way ku xaarayaan. Wax kastay ku leeyihiin. Isadkay, tartiibtaada, ilaahaygaada ka baq, masaajid baa aaday akhi. So ma fahanday. Yeah, ciyaal baa ku dhaladay, ama ciyaal baa ku soo socda, wixii wax ka soo dhici kartaa, ma fahanday. Adiga ninkaada siduu ku ogolaan karaa in xanaas ina ciil dadkaa keeni karaan. Deal with the problem at home. Guriga dhexdiisa before banaanka soo baxday. Markaas guriga markaad soo gashin hadalkaas ma jiro, energygaas ma jiro, labadiina weeye isjeclaada. Salaamu calaykum. Dadkaadana jeclow.
Okay. Thank you very much, guys. That wraps up another episode of Sheeko Snap. Another episode, a fire episode of Sheeko Sheeko, and we out.